What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to analyze the tape of Austin Booker and really get into what this guy showed yesterday against the Houston Texans, because Booker is one of those guys that I think is a massive sleeper for the Chicago Bears. This is a guy, when he came out, I felt like had so much upside when it came to his pass rushing specifically. And we're starting to see some of these flashes already. We're starting to see this guy get in there, make some good plays. And we're going to go into some of the snaps from last night. I'm very excited for this one. Let's just jump right into it. Alright, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into it with this first snap here. You're going to see Booker do a really nice job with his pass rushing specifically. And I want to talk about this play a little bit, because one of the things I like with Booker is the fact that he uses his hands really, really well. On this one here, he's going to do a great job with the left arm. He's going to get it right into the offensive tackle. But before he even gets his hands into the offensive tackle, he's going to set this guy up with the hezzy move. As soon as he gets out of his stance, you're going to see him fake to the inside, quickly get back towards the outside, and the left arm's going to land right into the chest plate of that tackle. So when you look at Booker, the guy has a real pass rushing plan. He knows how to utilize different moves, the hezzy move, the long arm on this one. The arm is going to end up getting snatched down by the tackle here. The tackle does a pretty good job right there with the right hand to essentially break the contact. But because Booker's able to initially gain that leverage, you're going to see the tackle ends up falling. Because the tackle's in a really, really bad spot, he essentially gets lifted up by Booker. That's a really good job. And although it's not a sack or a quarterback hit, to me, this is pressure right here. This is exactly what you want to do. You want to speed that clock up of the quarterback. So that's a pretty good job right there. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and get into this next snap here. So similar to that last play, one of the things that I look for when I look at defensive linemen, especially when they're rookies, is do they have a pass rush plan and do they have some upside when it comes to the actual pass rushing element of it. So on this one here, you're going to see Booker's going to actually end up running a defensive line game with the defensive tackle. It doesn't really work that well. I think the defensive tackle doesn't really do a good job. Plus, you got a 3-man slide going towards the left. So with that, it's basically 3-on-2. Games don't really work when it's 3-on-2. But one of the things you're going to notice with Booker is as he locks in with the center here, look at him use the right hand to chop. He's going to bring the left arm over the top. And that right there to me is a winning rep. Now, of course, he doesn't get to the quarterback, but do keep in mind, these are the flashes we want to see out of a rookie. We want to see, is this guy able to get past guys? Is he able to, in single one-on-one situations, is he able to actually get past offensive linemen, and is he able to generate a little bit of pressure? So on this one here, he does get double teamed. So after he does beat the center, you see the left guard's right there as well. The left guard's in front of him, so he's not really going to be able to actually generate pressure. But again, you're seeing the pass rush technique. You're seeing some of the tools that this guy has in his toolbox. And this was one of the things I wanted to see from this guy, because there's a lot of upside with Booker. With that being stated, let's go ahead and get to the next snap. We got another pass rush here. Once again, Booker's going to beat the left tackle. This is a really nice job being able to explode out of your stance. And once again, he's trying to set up some sort of move, which is something that I can absolutely appreciate. So right away, you're going to see that he's going to actually explode out of his stance, which is one of the things you have to do to be able to get home. You got to be quick. You got to be able to time the snap. He's going to do a great job getting out of his stance. He does get influenced by the tight end. Notice how the tight end releases to the outside. That means Booker's not going to be able to speed rush or utilize some sort of inside move. NFL teams do this all the time. They'll use tight ends to influence pass rushers. Now with that, Booker's going to do a good job as he puts his left arm into this offensive tackle. He's going to bring the right arm over the top. And you can see the offensive tackle just straight up slips. He's not able to stick with Booker on this one. But you'll see the left guard once again does come and double team. So Booker isn't able to actually get the sack. Honestly, the quarterback kind of throws it at the same time. So he probably wouldn't have gotten home. But once again, he's pressuring the quarterback. He's getting his hands on the quarterback. And notice how he's the closest guy to the quarterback. Among all the other defensive linemen, Booker's the one guy that's kind of getting in there and generating a little bit of pressure. It's a pretty nice job right there. Let's get into the next snap. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and get into this next snap here. So Booker did have 1 sack last night, and he also forced a fumble on that play. Just a really, really good job to be able to beat the left tackle. One of the things you got to realize with Booker is at the moment he's a pass rushing specialist. And there's nothing wrong with that. Being a pass rushing specialist essentially means that on true pass rushing situations, this guy's going to be a really, really good football player. And this guy may be a situational player early on in his career. It might take him 2 years to fully develop the other aspects of his game. And we'll get into some of his run defense and some of the things he struggles with here in a second. But on this one here, he just does a really good job once again with that hezzy move. As soon as he gets out, he's going to fake the inside move, go back to the outside, gets the left hand underneath the offensive tackle, picks him up, and just straight up moves him and tosses him, and then ends up getting to the quarterback. And the ball does come out, so it's a really, really good job once again to be able to set it up and essentially get home to the quarterback. To me, Booker has phenomenal pass rushing upside. And that's so clear with this guy's tape. He reminds me so much of Raiders defensive end Malcolm Koonce, who early on, even in his rookie year, we already saw the pass rushing upside. We already saw the moves. We saw the traits. And Koonce kind of had a breakout year in year 3, and now he's going into his 4th year. In a year that he's expected to be not only the Raiders' full-time contributor, but after this year, Koonce is going to get upwards of $20 million. Malcolm Koonce is about to become a household name, and I think Austin Booker is kind of going to be in that same timeline. Might not be ready right away. It'll take him a couple years, but you see the flashes. You definitely see what this guy provides. Really, really solid play right here. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. So on that last play, it was 1st and 19, so obviously it was a true pass rushing situation. This is 3rd and 26, so it's once again a true pass rushing situation. And once again, Booker's going to do a really, really good job generating some pressure. Now, obviously, the quarterback's going to get the ball out super quickly, but if you guys keep an eye on Booker, this is going to be a speed to power move, just a really nice job. You're going to see him be able to beat the tackle. He also kind of gets the right hand up, but he actually doesn't chop down with the right arm. The right arm does go up, which is a good thing by Booker. You want to make sure to bring that arm up. But he doesn't actually chop, or at least I'm not able to see him actually land that right hand. But you bring that up in case the offensive tackle puts his inside arm out towards you, you're able to chop. So when you do these speed to power moves and you make that cut and go back towards the inside, you bring that right arm up to chop down the arm. In this instance, he doesn't have to. But once again, man, look at how close he's getting to the quarterback. And notice how he's the guy that's getting super close, and it's not some of these other guys. And that's not a knock on these guys. I'm just putting it out there that I think Booker really has some upside. The guy's a very, very unique pass rusher, and the tape does not lie with this guy. It's really, really good. You got another really nice rep once again. He's not going to generate pressure. He's not going to get to the quarterback, but it is 3rd and 12 once again. And he's going to end up being able to beat his guy. Now, the quarterback does roll towards the right, so maybe that's why he doesn't get as close. You see a little bit of pressure from the other side. But again, you see Booker once again beating this offense tackle. Keep in mind, it's 2 different offensive tackles that Booker has been going up against. It's not just one guy that he's beating up on. But again, you're going to see, right, a rookie getting in there. Left arm's going to land. He's going to do a great job with the leverage. Picks this guy up, tosses him to the side. That's a phenomenal job right there by Booker. To generate a little bit of pressure, although the quarterback did roll off the spot, he does get the ball out quickly. It's a winning snap to me, and this is the type of stuff I love to see with rookies. This guy almost reminds me of Maxx Crosby, watching Maxx Crosby as a rookie. And it doesn't surprise me this guy's having success because even in college, he was pretty solid. You saw some upside with this guy in his pass rushing, and I'm not surprised it's translating into the NFL. Now, will he be ready to start for the Bears this year? Probably not. I think there are some issues on tape, and let's go ahead and just get into some of those plays right now. So you're going to get this first play here. This is going to be a run play. The left tackle is going to essentially just block and wash down the defensive end on this one. So one of the things this guy's going to have to learn to do is defend the run, right? He's going to have to get stronger. He's going to have to get more physical. And I think he'll definitely be able to do it because he does have a nice frame already. I think he's like 6'4.5", 6'5". So he's long. He's lengthy. He has that ability to continue to get stronger. And these are the little things you have to clean up. He just kind of gets pushed out of there by the left tackle. Looks like it's some sort of power concept. So ideally, you like for him to do a little bit of a better job not getting out of his run fit. Now, he may have recognized that the guard here, the left guard specifically, is pulling from the left to the right. And maybe seeing that, he recognizes the play is going to be towards that side. He tries to jump to the inside. And with that, he gets washed down. The running back ends up cutting it right underneath him. All right, so just a little bit of things to clean up. You got another one here. Once again, right, just kind of getting pancaked. Kind of getting put down. Again, not a big deal, right? Just kind of getting a little bit stronger when it comes to actually being able to hold his ground. He does get tripped up by the linebacker. You'll see his feet are going to hit the linebacker's feet. And that's why he essentially falls. But he does still end up getting moved, right? So this is just something you have to continue to work on, continue to get stronger, continue to hold his own. And then, of course, I would like for him to add a bull rush because in certain plays when he is trying to push guys, it's really not that effective. I think one of the things with defensive linemen in the NFL is in order for all the hezzies and the long arms and the swims and all those different things, for those to work, you got to have an effective bull rush. You got to be able to make these guys at least feel that if you get right into their chest, 2 hands, helmet, bull rush, that you're able to actually push them back, right? You got to make these tackles at least be honest about all the different things that you can come at him. And the good thing with all these things that I've shown you guys so far that he needs to work on is they're all developmental things. They're all things this guy will develop over the course of his career. Now, again, will he start in his first season in the NFL? Probably not. He might play here or there, but I think he's like at least 1 year away. I think next year would be the year that we would start to see a little bit more from him. And then I think in year 3 or 4, he'll really break out. We've seen that happen to a lot of guys. Jonathan Grenard's another guy that just happened to. Ended up getting over $20 million, going from the Texans to the Vikings. Bryce Huff went from the Jets to the Eagles, another guy that kind of broke out late. These are really, really good pass rushers. Malcolm Kuntz, I think this year is going to take off. And I think this guy kind of fits that same mold. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, consider subscribing. I know this video was not the all-22 tape. The Hall of Fame game is always late to release the tape. So I definitely wanted to kind of get into it quickly. But we will be covering the Bears this year. We'll have a ton of preseason tape as we go forward. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, consider subscribing. And I will see you guys next time with another video.